Going back to the basics and to hopefully give individuals a better understanding of what makes Prosci so unique, the questions I'm going to be asking you today are all related to Prosci's methodology. So could you start off by defining change management?
Yeah, change management, it's an interesting term. There's a lot of people using a lot of different ways to define it. I go back to, in the end, it's about preparing, equipping, and supporting our people through the changes we're putting them on in our organization. When it's a new technology, a new process, ultimately our people have to change how they do their jobs. And change management is how we help them through those journeys, because the better we help them through that journey, the more successful they're going to be, the more successful the project's going to be, and the more successful the organization's going to be.
Could you also describe why change success depends on both the technical and the people side of change?
Yeah, successful change really has two components. We describe it as two sides of a coin. There's the technical side and the people side. The technical side is around designing, developing, and delivering a solution that meets the issue or opportunity we're facing. And sometimes those are technological solutions, but sometimes they're process or new values or new cultures. But the technical side describes how the solution, how we're going to be different. The people side then is how do we help our employees embrace, adopt, and use that solution? So success depends on both. Designing, developing, and delivering a technical solution that's also embraced, adopted, and used by people, and that's where change management fits in.
So for the next question, how can we measure and demonstrate the success of change management efforts?
Demonstrating the impact of the work we do is always a challenge, and we want to measure, did we help Andy and Becky and Charlie and Debbie, the individuals that make up the organization, did we help them through the journey? And so we end up measuring the effect of our change management activities in terms of how they helped people forward through that journey. So the effectiveness of a communication message is measured through whether or not people would say, oh, I understand why that change is happening, right? So our impact is through helping our people and helping our projects deliver outcomes.
Was Becky happy with the change?
Becky was jazzed, for
good,
sure.
Good.
And the project got better results because we helped Becky through. That's the kicker, right? It's
Awesome.
A win-win-win.
Thank you. So one of my next questions, when you describe Prosci's approach, can you explain what you mean by outcomes desired, actions required?
Yeah, the Prosci approach to change management uniquely integrates the individual and organizational change management. Adkar describes that individual change journey. That's those outcomes desired. It's how do we help each impacted employee through awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, reinforcement. So that gives us the outcome orientation. The actions required then describes what the practitioner does. And so based on the years of research, with an aim at providing process orientation, guidance, and structure, we give the practitioner the actions required to build the strategy, the plans, that scaled, customized solution that will help impacted employees through ADKANR, the outcomes that we really need to drive successful change.
Thank you. What types of change initiatives can Prosci's change management solutions be used on?
Yeah, Prosci's approach, the Prosci methodology, because it's founded with an individual going through change, it's really applicable for all types of organizational change. I remember this was probably 2007. I came down to one of our public sessions. This was up in the mountains here in Colorado. And I got to go up and watch two of the practitioners give their presentations. And the first woman got up and she was presenting a HR diversity strategy being rolled out across a 65,000 person multinational corporation. And she talked about the change characteristics assessment and organizational attributes and sponsorship challenges and adkar and how she was going to help people move through that. The next person got up and she managed a team of visual communicators at an architectural firm. 8 very creative people that take complex architectural principles and help people like me understand them. And she was just trying to bring a little process to how these 8 creative people worked. And she talked about how she used adkar and the approach. Because we're starting with the human being and then scaling the activities around it, it's applicable to lots of different change. When our change outcomes depend on people changing how they do their jobs, we can get better results by helping the people with effective change management.
Thank you so much. That's the last question I had for today. So thank you for joining us and for answering some of my questions.
Very good.
Thank you for joining us. Oh, it come apart on Tim Talks.
No, no.